Hey everybody, it's your favorite Basterd, and today we're making a breakfast burrito. So first we're going to start with potatoes. Now of course you can use any potato you have lying around, but I'm finding it easiest just to get a bag of hash browns and let it thaw. Don't leave it in your freezer. Potatoes will stay fine in your fridge for quite a while. Don't need to worry about freezing them. Anyways, so bag of hash browns, and I'd say a generous half-cup scoop if you're working with a single burrito, and that'll do you. Get a pan, add some oil, fairly generous amount of oil since we're working with potato, and you want it hot, 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 hot. Go ahead and add the potato in. What I'm going for here is I'm not going for like a hash brown pancake like what you get at restaurants. Instead, I'm wanting every individual strand to kind of fry equally, separately and equally. So I'm kind of moving them around, trying to separate them so they don't bunch up too much. And of course, you can just pick up your pan. Like so. Thing to add, it's potato. It's not going to cook or fry quickly unless you're working with an extremely high heat or you're deep frying. So just got to sit back and be patient with it. Alright, so I'm not trying to make french fries here. I'm going to bring these in a little closer. So you can kind of see they're starting to get a little crispy on the edges, and that's good enough for my burrito. You can do these however the hell you want, of course, but I'm pulling these. And anything that you've cooked with a lot of oil, particularly potatoes, I recommend you do move them to something lined with some paper towel or a cloth just to pick up the excess oil. All right, on to everyone's favorite breakfast, bacon. So this is a really nice thick cut of bacon I got from the local grocery store. I recommend you do the same. Walk up to your store's deli or meat counter, order bacon by the slice. You usually get a really high quality specimen like this. Anyways, just cut it in half. And layer the two like that. Another slice across. Doesn't need to be perfect because they're all going to look ugly when they're fried. All right, and then you're going to throw this in your pan. Okay. Like we did before, get a pan, get it hot, and go ahead and dump that bacon in. Alright, and just like how I demonstrated with the potatoes, not going for super crispy or super done here. I'm just going for a little or slightly crispy on the edges, but otherwise done. So that's about where I am right now. I'm going to go ahead and pull these guys. Alright, so I dumped most of the excess bacon grease or leftover bacon grease from the bacon now. We still got some left in the pan. Now we're gonna move on to our eggs. Now, of course, we all like that bacon flavor, but I don't like greasy eggs, and I definitely don't like bacon grease in my arteries. So what we're gonna do is I got this bunched up paper towel here, and we're just gonna give the pan a little scrub. Alright, so what that did was get most of the burnt crap out of there. We're still going to have a little bit of leftover bacon grease, just a little bit, to flavor the eggs. But they're not going to be greasy, so that'll be perfect. Alright, so hopefully you know how to scramble an egg, but single egg, single burrito. Get your fork or a whisk. And just beat it to death. If you got any spices you want to add, go ahead and add them at this point, but we're going to be adding a lot to the burrito once we're assembling it, so you can hold off on that. Okay, we got our pan, we got it hot, we got that leftover bacon grease and oil from our previous bacon and potatoes. Go ahead and dump the egg in. And since we got our pan super duper hot, just wait a few seconds since this is a large pan and we've got a single egg here. All right, and that's a scrambled egg. All right, we're moving on to the fun part. Now, in my burritos, particularly my breakfast burritos, I love pico de gallo. However, I'm a lazy bastard and I generally don't have all the ingredients for pico de gallo. So we're gonna make my own Basterd pico de gallo today. So all you need is any old onion, and you're gonna get about one more slice. About as much onion as you'd think you'd like in your burrito. I'd say that's a good amount. And we're gonna do a really fine chop on this. Of course, if you got a food processor, it might be easier just to chuck it in there. But again, I'm lazy. Alright, so we got a pretty fine chop on this onion here. You're going to move it to a vessel of sorts. A small mixing bowl, or really any bowl will do for this. Heck, you could use a coffee mug. Alright, that'll be good enough. Now you want to take your favorite salsa. Ideally, you're using a chunky or thick salsa. Let's give it a shake. And you're going to add about, I'd say just a, nah, actually no, that's perfect. I'm going to call that a tablespoon. And then you're going to add some lime juice. All right, now get a spoon or anything and mix it all together. If you add a little too much lime juice, you can just pour it out after you mix it all together. Okay, we have made a spicy Basterd pico de gallo. Time to start assembling our burrito. Got all our fillings here. Already looks like a breakfast. And just sort of unceremoniously plop it down onto the tortilla. And we're going to add our homemade pico de gallo. Okay, I'd say that's plenty. And of course, some cheese. I don't like things too cheesy, so we're gonna be, yeah, just that is gonna be good enough for me. Okay, we had a little camera trouble there. So I added about a 1/4 teaspoon of chile de árbol powder. Got the bag right here. And it's a pretty strong spice, so if you're sensitive to spicy stuff, I'd avoid it. But if you like sriracha and other strong spices, it's really good. It's a really warm, almost gentle spice. It's not like you're eating red chili flakes. Comes on strong, but also kind of gentle on the tongue, if you know what I mean. Anyways, so we're going to roll this guy up. So you want to have things oriented sort of horizontally here. Take the sides, tuck them in, and roll it over. All right, and you have a breakfast burrito. we're not totally done yet. So, take your burrito, put it in a hot pan, and just leave it there for about a minute or two. And what this does is this is going to seal the fold so your burrito doesn't fall apart on you as much. Also, it's going to melt the cheese inside and warm everything back up, just in case your burrito or your fillings got a little cold while you were assembling everything. Alright, and with that, you got a breakfast burrito ready to eat. Thanks for watching.